One of the reasons that I thought of you early on is because you're one of the few people that I know of that stopped involving the client in the creative process early on. So like you started creating the designs and selling the designs as tattoos. And so I thought, oh, that'll be kind of a different perspective. So maybe let's just start with that. I know that there are some obvious reasons that you might do that. Anyone that's been tattooing for any period of time would like to have more kind of creative control. Was that basically the main reason you just wanted, you had, or what made you think you could do it? And then what made you kind of take the jump into it?
I mean, it's one of those things where you never know until you ask, and everybody's afraid to ask. In
Yeah.
tattooing, a lot of tattooers are afraid that if put themselves out there that, people are either going to not want it or not care about it, or, there's like that ego that's attached to like your artwork, and the fear of rejection, I think, is strong in the tattoo world because we rely so heavily on clients. And then it was like, okay, I have enough people knocking on my door. It's time to start like weeding out the projects that aren't interesting to me, stuff that just really doesn't capture me. And it just kind of kept getting more and more weeded out. Like the more booked I got and the more people that were just waiting to get in with me, the more I was able to just be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna do that. And I'm not gonna do that. Like, how many times have you been asked to do, Saint Michael versus the devil? It's, and because of the internet, because these ideas keep getting recycled, they keep getting asked for. And I just was like, how about I introduce some ideas that you haven't thought of, or that you haven't seen because nobody's asked for it and nobody's done it. So there's nothing out there to like previously like influence you into it. But it's cool shit that like nobody thinks about because they just aren't fed it every day,
Right.
And I love mythology, and I love, all kinds of stuff like, anime stuff, mythology stuff, fantasy novels, sci-fi stuff. Like I get into so many different things that have like inspired me since I was a kid, that new stuff that's getting to me now. Like, and I want to be able to work on that stuff. I want to be able to like explore those ideas, and I want to be able to take those characters and draw them the way that I want to draw them, or tell that story visually if it's never been told visually. And so that's kind of what like sparked that idea of like, well, why don't I just make a list?